Well, another day, more sick news to talk about when it comes not just with the Calgary Flames, but with the NHL in general. Hi there, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, you can make it seven. 7 games have been postponed for the Calgary Flames, as after the latest rounds of COVID cases in the NHL. Shortly after when I made that last video talking about that the Calgary Flames might be playing again on Monday, December 27th, they host the Edmonton Oilers. Well, that's not going to happen now, because actually the league originally said that they were going to pause the season from December 22nd up until Christmas Day, where they were going to extend the Christmas break. Well, the league is not going to be coming back to playing at least until after December 27th. So the Calgary Flames will not be playing the Edmonton Oilers on the 27th of December. So hopefully they can still get back in action, I believe the next day when they were taking on the Seattle Kraken in Seattle. I know they're playing the Winnipeg Jets, I believe, on New Year's Eve, if I remember, but I'm starting to lose track now with all the games being postponed, which it's been a while since I've done a Calgary Flames game recap, and I said the next time that I'll do a Calgary Flames game recap is when they play 2 more games, and then that'll be a 6-game episode, and then I'll just re-figure out how the games will work from there. Well, the other piece of news that was not surprising, given all these players that have been sick in COVID, and actually, you can add Dan Vladar was another player that got sick with the Calgary Flames, but at least it's stabilizing that there hasn't heard any more positive cases, and things at least stabilizing in Calgary. Well, basically almost everyone except Matthew Jack, Blake Coleman, even throwing Michael Stone, he did not get test positive or got sick with COVID, but they based it on the lineup that the Calgary Flames iced against the Boston Bruins, which feels like that's been 3 months ago at this point now, when the last time the Calgary Flames played a game. But with many teams being on the COVID list, shut down, that the league decided to extend the Christmas break. Well, you can add December 27th will not be back, and I think there was going to be 13 or 14 games that night, and one of them was the Calgary Flames against the Edmonton Oilers. But getting back to, with all these games being postponed, that and the risks and players being sick, that ultimately the NHL will not be going to the Winter Olympics in Beijing. So at least with all these games being postponed, they are planning on using that 3-week period that the league would have shut down for a set Olympics in Beijing. That's when the league will be playing catch-up. So that's where we're at with the NHL and the Calgary Flames. At least the situation is stabilizing while basically everyone's got sick. So hopefully, maybe this will build herd immunity, but just every day you keep seeing more and more players being added. It's still going to be interesting to see what iced team the Calgary Flames can ice after all these infections and when they can play again. Because I know also recently there'll be a longer segment when I do Stockton Heat Quick Hits. So the last game that the Stockton Heat played before Christmas also got postponed, and it's just going to be tougher to try to call up players to ice a lineup, because I know there were some teams that had to play shorthanded because they already had 6 or 7 players sick with COVID. Now we're almost thinking the players being injured are starting to be secondary now, but it is what it is. But that's the disappointing news, that they don't know when the next game will be for the Calgary Flames. You can scratch the December 27th game against the Edmonton Oilers as postponed. So that's all I have for this update leading into the holidays. So anyways, like I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of the Flames, Hick, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, I mostly do talk Calgary sports. On my YouTube channel, recapping games and stories. Lately for the Flames, it's been stories and why they have not been playing, but it is what it is. But I also do a variety of non-sports content like personal vlogs, attempt to comedy, and I also do share my experience sitting on the road or a sporting event. So if it all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, you know what to do, just to make sure you like and subscribe. I also have my other social links down in the description below, and I also have my second channel in Brett Hornby Shirts, where I post my short form content on there with YouTube Shorts. Well, there hasn't been too much on there lately because I haven't had any games to recap and don't have much short form content that I had made recently. I've been trying to catch up with the long form content right now as it is. So I appreciate the like, subscribe both here on my main channel and my second channel as well. So I'm going to say go Flames go. Hopefully we'll have games to play soon. Just seems like it's been 3 months since we last played a game, and this will definitely define the season, I would say, on how it goes for the Calgary Flames, both good or bad. And then the last thing I got to throw in is if the NHL does not get all 82 games in for all teams, I keep missing it. I want to make sure I get it in this video. Points percentage is how they'll reseed it, just like they did a couple years ago. So if teams don't get all 82 games in, points percentage will be the next way to decide seeding if they need to. So I want to make sure that's in there. So I just want to say go Flames go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.